Who does this health issue affect? Health issues from smoking affect more than just the smoker. It affects the whole family, the smoker's friends, and even their pets. The ones it affects the most are children and pets, because if an adult does not want to be around someone who's smoking, they're simply just going to walk away. But children and pets are stuck in the same room as someone smoking, or even the same car. As stated off of the website Quitter Circle, most women stop smoking spontaneously when they become pregnant. There are many reasons to quit smoking while pregnant, including protecting the health of the baby, since smoking while pregnant can increase the risk of preterm delivery, miscarriage, cognitive impairment, low birth weight, and even sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. Some women find it easier to stop smoking while pregnant due to a physical aversion to cigarette smoke and decreased withdrawal symptoms as the body is changing during pregnancy. The sad reality is your smoking could damage the health of your favorite furry friend, loving finch, or cuddly bunny. But just as quitting smoking reduces your risk of early death and disease, quitting smoking now may also help your furry friends by avoiding secondhand smoke. What is the impact of the health issue of the community? We all know some of the health risks of smoking. It can cause cancer, heart and lung issues, can cause mouth cancer, can cause gum disease, and tooth loss also. There is not a safe alternative to cigarette smoking. They're all addictive. When a family member is sick from smoking, it affects the whole family. Not only that, but it also affects the community through the cost of health care. We all help pay for medical bills from people that are sick through taxes. Why does this health issue need to be addressed? With all things that are illegal because they are bad for you, they are addicting and can cause problems with others, I think cigarettes should also be illegal too. Not just for people under a certain age, but in all actuality, they should be banned. They do not have any health benefits. The smoking from smoking, and all it does is cause health issues. So why do we have this product that causes health issues, not only to the individual using it, but it also to others around them too? And the cost of using them does not only affect the user, but the whole community. Who will be affected by this policy? This policy is for the greater good and the health of all people. If we made this policy of illegalizing smoking of tobacco and tobacco products, it will help improve the overall health of the community. The cost of health care could be changed by lowering the cost of health care. For if we have less people getting sick for lack of smoking, we can use that funding to help other people and their medical needs. How will this policy address the health issue? By making smoking illegal and people not smoking, the cost of health care in this area will not only lower, but will be non-existent in the long run. It will take a few years, for we will still have people smoking and people sick from smoking and people sick from secondhand smoking. But over time, with no new people smoking, we will have less and less of health issues arise from people that smoke. But if we put the money saved from not having to treat people back into the healthcare field looking for cures for others. What will change by enacting this policy? If we made smoking illegal, not only will the health of our nation improve, but the cost of health care, and it will help clean up the community. The following statement comes from truthandactives.org. So it may come as no surprise that cigarettes are the most littered item on earth. Worldwide, about 4.5 trillion cigarettes are littered each year. Although cigarettes don't break down naturally, They can gradually decompose depending on the environmental conditions such as rain and sun. Estimates on the time it takes to vary, but a recent study found that cigarette butts was only about 38% decomposed after 2 years. Cigarettes make up more than 1/3, nearly 38% of all collected trash and litter. Decomposing cigarettes on the ground or out of a car is also the most common that 75% of smokers report doing. All these cigarette butts cost big bucks to clean up. Cities spend between $3 million and $16 million on cigarette cleanup. What are the costs and the benefits of this policy? Here are some of the costs of the policy. With less health care being used on people that are sick from smoking and from secondhand smoke, we could save billions of dollars from just health care that can be used on other areas of health care. All of these cigarette butts cost a whole lot to clean up. The cities can save between $13 million and $16 million on cigarette cleanup that could be used for more important things like education. What are some of the risks that enacting or not enacting these policies? One of the risks of making smoking illegal is all the extra money that the government gets from big tobacco companies handing out to all the governments. But all the money saved from the health care and the cleanup from the smoking and the butts and the littering, I think we can counteract what the big tobacco companies give the government. Many lives will be affected by this law. Less people getting sick for smoking and secondhand smoke, people will be able to breathe better. There will be a decrease in people getting cancer from smoking and from secondhand smoking. I know they're going to, I know people are going to say that smoking is a right that they have, but people also used to do cocaine and think that was okay. If we made smoking illegal, then not only will people's health improve, but all the extra money the government will save can make up from the loss in the revenues from the taxes and cigarettes. We save money in the field of healthcare and the community cleanup budget. Making this policy, helping everyone, if you stop to making this policy helps everyone really. If you stop to look at this with open eyes, people will see how great this is for every person in their day-to-day lives, not just in helping the community, but the government too. I know this will end up being a big disagreement on people's rights and not letting the government tell them what they can and cannot do. But when one person does something and it affects the people around them, their community, and their environment they live in, does that not mean that the choices that one person makes affects more than just themselves? Why should so few of people be able to make such choices that affect so many others, their community, and their environment? I feel the best selling point for this policy would be all the money saved from people not smoking, the health benefits that come from our community. The state and the government is always looking for new ways to budget and save money, and I feel if we sat down and added everything up, we would have more money if people did not smoke versus if they did. Thank you for your time and have a lovely day. I hope you enjoy.